Greetings, everybody. Welcome to Mama Mary's Music Mayhem. How are you doing on this fabulous Tuesday? I don't know about y'all where you're at, but here it's raining. But in this room, it's glorious because I have the esteemed honor of interviewing legendary Katja Rieckermann. She is amazing. She is a saxophonist. She is known as the Horn Star. She was born in Germany, moved to California. She's been toured with Scorpions. She's played with on tour with Rod Stewart. She's done all kinds of amazing things. But I'm going to bring this beauty up and we are going to tell you her story and talk about her book. And we're going to play her new video and some other videos. And it's just such an honor to have her on the show today. So without further ado, we are bringing this beauty up. How are you doing?
Hi, Mary. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're welcome.
Good in the introduction.
Well, it's the
but I got to clear something up. First of all, I never toured with the Scorpions.
Okay.
I that was my brother who toured with them, but I actually did perform with them.
Yes.
So that's a little bit of too much of things to say about me.
You performed, not toured.
One time I performed with them, so it was super fun because Scorpions music doesn't really have saxophone in it.
Right. Well, we have Sam Bones. She says, "Hey," and she goes, "Oh yeah." And then we've got Facebook user saying, "You're awesome," and we're here with you, sis, and love this. And hi, Mary. And oh my God, this is awesome. So give us I was reading over your bio, which is just, oh my gosh, girl, you have done so many just amazing, cool stuff and been part of such a lot of amazing, cool things. But give us a little history on who you are. Who is Katja, sweetheart?
Wow, yeah, as you said, I'm German, very much so.
I love that. I'm an army brat, and I actually was I won't pronounce it properly. Always called it Gallenkirchen, but I think it's called something else. But I've been to Germany before, so I love your accent.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I'll ever get rid of the accent completely, just a tiny bit. And it depends on the state or the mood I'm in. If I'm super tired, I think it comes out a little more. So, yeah, I'm German and I do live in Los Angeles. I live in the Hollywood Hills here, as you can see, my lovely background. Got the hills in the back. And I moved here in 1997 to Los Angeles, California. And I play the saxophone. And most people might know me from having toured with Sir Rod Stewart for 14 years, from 2001 until 2015.
Yes, we will be playing one of the videos we will be playing today is first we will be playing. You just had a new video dropped on the 7th, which is super exciting. We'll be playing that one. And we'll be playing Walking the Dog, the one that you did where Rod actually did the vocals on it.
Well, that's not Walking the Dog. That's another one. Rod did the vocals on Do You Think I'm Sexy? Of course, that's his song.
Do You Think I'm Sexy? Yeah.
Yeah, he recorded the vocals for me on that one.
Yeah, I've got them all up here and I just got it mixed up. But hey, it's live. You can't fake it, right?
Yeah, that's right. People love mistakes or whatever, little mess ups.
Oh, right. So, you did go in 2001. You did go on. You had the opportunity to go on tour for 2001, 2002 with Rod Stewart, which I'm going to play this video later from my mom because she is a humongous Rod Stewart fan. But you've also performed with, um, you've been on TV on Ally McBeal. You've done TV performances and recording with big stars like Al Green and Carole King, Brooks and Dunn, Mary J. Blige. I mean, it just goes on and on. It is amazing. How was it to actually, go on tour with Rod Stewart? Because I mean, he's awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely awesome. It was amazing. It was a dream come true, really amazing. And one of the things I'm super super grateful, besides the fact of having performed with him in all these concerts, is that I got to see the world.
Right.
That's one thing that's on many people's buckets list is, oh, I want to travel, when I grow up. I have done that, and I've been pretty much everywhere. I've been to like Australia like 5 times, New Zealand. I've even been to Uzbekistan, or however you say that, and I'm super grateful for that.
Well, you have done amazing things. And like you said, you've got to tour the world and play with some amazing artists. And, I was reading your bio, and it also said one of the highlights of your career was at the 58th Grammy Awards with Lady Gaga, Neil Rogers, doing a tribute to David Bowie. That had to be just, I mean, I'm a fangirl. I'm sorry. That had to be amazing.
Yeah, it was incredible. It was incredible to get to know Lady Gaga too, who honestly I wasn't that big of a fan of hers before that, because you don't know what's an artist all about. And she was really known for being crazy, wearing crazy outfits and all that. And I wasn't that big of a fan of her music. But then when we worked together for 2 weeks, we actually rehearsed for this, and I realized, oh my God, this woman is incredible. She's so talented, and yeah, a really really great person also.
Well, that's that.
And of course, the fact of having done this huge tribute to David Bowie, who had just passed away. I'm a huge David Bowie fan.
Oh, who
So
is?
that was incredible too.
Yeah, I actually went and tried to find a video of it because I missed it, and I found a clip, and it just, it showed how she did the makeup and all this, and I was looking around, I was like, "Where's my girl at?"
Yeah, it was. You know what? I need to close the door because my neighbor has the gardeners here. It's loud, so I'll be right back. Hold on a second.
Quiet, sweetheart.
I hate those blowers. They're always so loud and whatever. But what were we talking about? Sorry, I forgot.
You at the Grammy Awards with Lady Gaga and rehearsing for a week before, and
Yes. But I forgot what I was saying last. I'm sorry.
oh, that's all right. That's all right.
Oh, I know you were talking about, you were trying to find the video of that. Yeah, it's been taken down. I actually do have a video. I found it somewhere, but you can't find it on YouTube anywhere. Unfortunately, you don't really see me or the other musicians in that much, because the camera was always focusing on Lady Gaga and Nile Rodgers, who was the guitar player and the MD for that. So we, the horns, we were like all the way in the back in the dark. And
Right.
Lady Gaga, I remember when we did a run through the day before, she was complaining about that. She really wanted everybody to be seen, because we had worked out this super cool dance steps, because
Yeah.
like 4 horn players. I actually played Barry sax on that one,
Oh,
Barry,
cool.
which was super cool. And we had 4 strings, and we did all these like choreography things. And
Yeah.
you couldn't see us. I mean, there's like one picture. If you zoom in, you're like, "Oh yeah, that's me." But other than that, it's unfortunately you can't really see much.
But just to know that you were part of that is amazing. And like you said, it was kind of like a bucket list thing for you to, have that opportunity. And now you recently, we've got one of the things that I do on Mama Mary's Music Mayhem, because I also have my trusty little phone. So if I see you're watching and you're not commenting, I call you out. I see you, Kara. I see you, Russell. That's my husband. He's in the living room. I,
Hello,
uh,
Ruben.
so if you're watching, please comment, like, love, and share. Let us know you're there. And while we're, waiting for the crowd to build up and get even more in here, we are going to watch with the fans your most recent video, which dropped on the 7th. Now, can you give me the backstory, which was directed by Paul? Polly, if you're out there, we love you.
Is he here?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna be like, hey, I'll take care of that real quick. I'll be like at Paul. Yeah, I just tagged him like, hey, Paul. um, so give us the backstory on this song and this video.
Well, actually,
And
it's a
yes,
it's
Paul
an
is here. There he is.
yes.
Hola.
Talking about the devil. There he is.
Hey, brother. We were just talking about you.
Yeah. So actually, Paulie has to have all the credit for this amazing video, because I did write the music and recorded the song, and it's as you will find out, it's an instrumental song. So it's always hard to name instrumental songs. And I was like, well, what am I going to name this? And I wanted to do a video, but I didn't have any ideas. And then I sent the track to Paul, who also directed my Walking the Dog video and who did an amazing job doing that one. We've been friends ever since. And he, I guess, immediately had this vision for the video. And so he told me, his ideas, and we had a couple of meetings, and he kind of wrote a script for it. I totally trusted him in everything he did. So
Yeah,
that's how the video happened,
yeah, he's really amazing. I've seen, a couple videos that he did and watched his movie that he did, and he's an amazing guy. So it is my honor, which when it debuted, I shared it out all over the place, and but it's my honor to play it here on the show. And this is her new video, and it is Belligerent Kate. Is that correct?
Vigilante.
Vigilante Kate.
But don't ask me. I didn't even know that word before Paulie suggested that name. I was like, what is that vigilante?
I love your voice.
And then somebody asked me yesterday, because I did an interview yesterday for a German podcast, and somebody asked me, how do you translate vigilante? And I'm like, I don't know.
Well, we are going to watch Vigilante Kate by Kat. Sorry.
Kat. That's an abbreviation for Katja. Kat.
Yes. Directed by Paul Gervasi. And we've got a couple more videos that we will watch as we learn, because we're still going to talk about her book. We've got so much to talk about. So we are going to watch this. So get ready, guys, because it's really killer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting it now. And the motorcycle. I love motorcycles. I love that part. Y'all were like,
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of people commenting, did you really have to kill him? And I'm like, oh, that was the script. That's what Polly said. So, but
I said, take him down. Take
I
him
want to say, before you do any more videos, I think you need to turn down the volume because the sound was a little distorted.
Okay.
Because I think it comes out of your speakers at the same time as the video. So we hear both. So when you play video, turn down your speakers.
Okay. Can do that.
I think.
No problem. No
Yeah.
problem.
So
Can do. But I was just getting that next one set up because first of all, I like how you ladies were like, you ain't doing this, that was just it's so awesome, and it's soothing and powerful, and just like the way Polly put the story behind it it was just awesome, and
yay, Polly.
the users are saying all hearts, sounds perfect here, love it, this is epic. Yes, they are. And Soundbone says great storyline, PG, and everybody's just really loving it. So before we go to the next one of the things that you wanted to talk about is you have a book out, and it is 101 soulful funk licks.
Exactly.
So, and Polly just give us a heart. We love you, brother. We love you. So, David says, I don't understand the significance of the wedding dress. So maybe we can. It was just beautiful.
That's just beautiful. Don't put too much thought behind that.
Yeah.
Polly's idea, I blame that on him.
Yeah.
But I think we kind of like it's whatever the artist's creativity or the mind of the watcher has to be creative with that. But I look at it kind of like as a runaway bride situation, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was getting that vibe. And when I saw her walking and that guy walking behind her, I was like, oh, here we go. There's she ain't the one to be messing with, I tell you.
And I got to tell you a quick story. I used to I moved to Paris after I finished school when I was 19 years old. I moved to Paris to study French, and I lived there for a year. And actually, something like this happened to me. That's why this topic is kind of really dear to my heart, because one of the first couple of days I was in Paris, I was on my own, because I had just moved there, I was by myself. And I was going to walk to Sacré-Cœur, and all of a sudden, this guy comes behind me, and he speaks French. He says, "Je veux faire l'amour avec toi," and I'm like, what do you want? So he he kept like following me, coming closer and closer. And then all of a sudden he grabbed me, like that guy. He grabbed me from behind, and he tried to pull me into an alleyway. And at that point, I was like screaming, and I was like screaming for help. And fortunately, another stranger came to rescue me. He came and he actually beat the shit out of that guy, and actually scared him away eventually. So he saved me, because who knows what this guy would have done to me. You know, I was young, I was innocent, it was summer, I was wearing like a small little, dress, and he probably thought, well, that's an easy victim, So anyway, so so that's why that's very dear to my heart. And the next day after that happened, I went and I bought a what do you call it, mace.
Oh yeah.
I bought a little thing of mace that I then had in my pocket at all times when I was leaving the house, because it was always like I always had to take the metro, and Paris, is not very safe. So, and I had to use it one more time when I was in the metro, and another guy came from behind and grabbed me. So I turned around and I had the mace, and
not
anyway. So that's when I became the Vigilante Kat.
Sam Bone says, glad he saved you. Holy hell.
Yay. That's right. Amen.
Yeah. So before we watched Walking the Dog, tell us about your book 101 Soulful Funk Licks. Tell us about that. And on the bottom you will see her website strolling. You can go to her website. If I'm correct, you can go to her website and buy you a copy. So
buy me a coffee. You can buy me a coffee on my website. Oh, a copy. I thought you said you can buy you a coffee. Oh, I'm having a cup of tea right now. Actually, this is coincidentally that it has a K on it, like
green tea is what this is.
I'm having PG tips. I love PG tips. It's black tea from the UK. But anyway, my book is it's a collection of cool, easygoing saxophone licks for the musician that does not want to play or does not want to memorize super long and complicated jazz licks. Because there's tons of books out there where you have like jazz licks, and they're like have all these crazy diminished chords and stuff like that. So my licks are mainly based on the blues pentatonic scale, which can be used or applied in in funk, soul, rock, and pop music. Can also be played in jazz, but they're like not. Some of the licks are more jazzy also, but like chromatic stuff. But most of them are based on the pentatonic scale and the blues scale, and of course, the licks can be applied on any other instrument as well. They're just kind of typical. I collected them listening to soulful, funky saxophone players, and then I kind of like adapted them a little bit, made them my own. So yeah, it's a super cool book, and you can get it in the store section of my website. I also made a video available where I'm actually demonstrating every one of the 101 licks. And I divided them by different styles, like alto, tenor, and actually there's some baritone licks on there too, because I love playing bari sax, which, the bari licks are more, think of a bass line. So anyway.
So when did you first decide that you wanted to be this amazing horn goddess? I mean, I know they said horn star on your website. I say horn goddess because it's so smooth the way you do it. It's just it's
Well, thank you so much. When did I did always like the saxophone growing up, and I was a teenager, but I did not start playing until I was actually 21 years old. So it's very late, you know. My parents didn't want me to be a musician because my brother, he already played some music, but he was very rebellious. And my parents kind of thought, well, you know, if you play music, you become this rebellious person. Of course, they wanted me to be like a nice girl, you know.
Right. Well, we can be nice girls, but just don't try to take us in an alley because
Hell no.
we will whoop you. We will whoop your ass.
That's right.
Oh goodness. So I'm going to let's see. While Polly's on, let's actually do the
Walking the dog.
we'll go get this one ready.
Okay.
This one was actually also directed by Polly. And when I watched this, I was like, I love it because, first of all, well, I don't want to run it for everybody, but afterwards, I've got questions because
Okay.
I want to know who the guy is. And once you watch this video,
Yeah. It's hilarious. Yeah, you gotta watch out for
you know what I'm talking about. I want to know who was in this costume.
I will tell you.
All right. This is Walking the Dog, and
Yes.
it's directed by Paul Gervasi, and this is beautiful Katja. I love it. I just love it. That's the way to walk the dog. That is definitely a way. Now, okay, give me the secret. Who was in that dog costume?
That's one of my best friends and bass player, Andreas Skek.
So, who were those amazing musicians that were playing along with you in that?
Um, they were all like really good friends of mine. It's Tal Bergman on drums, Marcus Nan played guitar, then Andreas Skek, the guy in the dog costume, also is the bass player. So same thing.
That was hilarious.
And it was,
Behind you.
I know, it's like it was so funny.
How did you keep your composure with him? I can
yeah, it was hilarious. And then didn't want to forget Fred Krohn is the keyboard player. Yeah.
Oh, he was getting down on those keys now.
I know. He did a great job in the video. So yeah. We had so much fun doing that video. We actually had somebody else that was supposed to be the dog in the dog costume, this was also Polly's idea, by the way, the dog costume. At first I was like, but then it turned out to be really funny. Anyway, we had somebody else that was going to be the dog, but unfortunately that person wasn't funny at all. It was not funny at all. I was like, this is like sad. It's not. And then Andreas was like, I'll do it, of course, And we're like, yeah, great. So.
And he nailed it. It was, and the music was uplifting, make you want to get up and dance. And I love the 50s go-go look and all that stuff. And then this silly little dog comes out, and it was just I love it. I mean,
thank you.
I can't take this smile off my face.
It's still my favorite video too. Like I love that video. Yeah.
So now the next video it will be, it will is the one that do you think I'm sexy?
Oh.
Oh yeah. Now this one here, give us. Of course, we know that the song, but you were honored to actually have Mr. Rod Stewart do the vocals on it, correct?
Yeah, I mean it's his song, right? And he originally sang the song, and it was a huge hit, and it's been covered a million times, of course. And I actually wanted to do an instrumental version of it. So I did this whole instrumental version, and it was basically done. I was going to release it kind of like a smooth jazz song. And so I sent it to him just to get his blessing. Said, hey, I just did this, cover of your song. What do you think? And he replied to me. He was like, oh, this is awesome. How about I sing on it? And I'm like, okay. Sure. Yeah, sure. That would be fantastic.
His stamp on it,
Yeah. So then he sang the vocals on it, but it ended up being too close to the original, like the version that I did, right, which was supposed to be an instrumental version. And then he sang on it. It was the same tempo as the original, and instrumentation was the same. So I was like, well, I'm not going to release a song that sounds just like the original, just, right, So I contacted my friend Sandy Strimlian in Germany. He's somebody that I've worked with quite a bit, also a great music producer, and asked him if he would be interested in helping me to do something cool with this track. Right. So, and he then contacted another guy that they partnered up with, TMTQ, and so we created this track that's completely different from the original. We sped it up. Now it's more like a dance track. Right. And so that's how the whole thing happened.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So before we play this, you have a with your vigilante cat, sorry. You're putting out, is that like a drop in the hat for a new album that you're putting out, or
No, I've only been working on single releases right now, like during the pandemic, because I actually hadn't been writing that much until the pandemic hit. I mean,
right?
I was always writing, but the last couple of years before the pandemic, I hadn't been writing much because I was busy with other stuff. But then the pandemic hit, and I'm like, well, I might have to use my time and start doing that again. So I started writing and recording and releasing tracks again last year. I did two other ones that I released. The first one is called Together, and the other one is called Danny's Blues. Together I released last summer, and Danny's Blues this January. So yeah, I've just been doing single releases right now, and
Now
I think I'm going to continue doing that because I don't have a record company behind me. I
right.
do everything myself, so I just release the tracks on DistroKid and
There you
make
go.
videos, whatever.
There you go. Well,
Yeah.
guys, I want to make sure you go like her. She has two Facebook pages because she met her max on one, so she has another one. Make sure you go show her some love. Let her know you've seen her on Mama Mary's Music Mayhem. And go to her website, order that book, order you some. Do you have merch for sale on there, sweetheart?
I don't, even though I just created some really cool T-shirts, but the problem is with merch, you have to put in a huge order first. And
Right.
you don't know if you're going to sell it, especially now that there's no live gigs. So but I do have some designs for a cool T-shirt.
Well,
Um,
you
yeah.
got
Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram. It's Katja R Sax.
Instagram, do you have Twitter, wherever, just type in on Google Katya and it pops it all up. And you better go show her some love because I just adopted her as my sister.
I can't wait to meet you in person. We should all.
I know Paulie told me he told me about his ranch venue that he has down there, and he's like, Mary, I better see you down here. And well, I can't do his Italian accent, or I
Yeah,
can't
yeah, yeah. I know. I want to go there with him too. He actually asked me to go. What was it, last week? Because I was like, I want to go and I want to help you. Do stuff,
right.
but I couldn't. I was busy last week, so hopefully soon, I'll be able to go check it out. So
Mountain Pine Fest says, where did your inspiration come from when you were making your music?
that's a very good question. I really honestly don't know. And I never know when I write music what's going to come out of me. Uh, it's not that I sit down and I say, oh, I'm going to write a funk tune or I'm going to write a jazz tune or a soul tune or whatever. It's like really weird. I just sit down and then I hear stuff in my head and I try to figure it on the piano because I'm actually not, one of those amazing musicians that sits down and just can like do everything immediately what they hear in their head. I have to like figure it out.
Yeah, work
I,
it
I
out.
I don't really play piano very well. I play piano enough so I can compose on it. So,
Mhm.
but I have to try things out. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what it is.
That's what
So
I
I
do.
don't know. I mean, it's not anything in particular that inspires me. Just sometimes I'm inspired and sometimes I'm not. And I must say, in order to get to that point where you are inspired, um, you have to spend a lot of time on your own.
Right.
This is like one thing that people always think, oh my God, she's probably having the time of her life, going out, knowing all these people. No, I spend most of my time by myself, alone, and just trying to practice or getting to that moment where I am inspired, and then try to use that moment. I don't really have a big social life at all. especially not in, the last couple of years,
Right.
not year, of course, but in general also.
And
So
he said, "How do you come up with the music videos to show the soul of your music?"
well, that's usually a joint. Can you say joint venture? Joint venture. So for walking the dog, for instance, I had the idea to the concept of the video because it was my dog. My dog moved away, unfortunately, Scarlet. But I loved that dog, and that she was like my life. And she loved to play ping pong. When you watch the video, there's a
Yeah, that
scene
was
where you
so
play ping
cute.
pong, and all. That was my idea to put that in there. But then Paulie, he had all these other great ideas of for locations and. He had the amazing idea of putting Andreas or somebody in that dog suit and stuff. So it's that was definitely a joint venture. And then for the Vigilante Kat, I must really give full credit to Paul. So I'm not. It was all his idea, but he was inspired by my music, and
Right.
um, I think it works really well. Like the concept of the violence and stuff like that.
Right. When
Combined with music, yeah.
you have a great director and that sees and feels the vision that you're trying to get off with their music and come out with your music, and it just comes together like that, and it's amazing. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm stuck on that dog video. I mean, it just you could have a really bad day and put that on, and it would take all that away and put the smile on your face, and if and the new one that you just did, if you've been a woman that was in your situation like you were in that one time, which unfortunately a lot of women have been, that gives you, like, girl power feeling, like, "Yeah, you ain't taking me on, you ain't hurting me, because I will take you," and it just
Take you down.
I will take you down, man. Yeah.
Down.
Mess with Don't mess with the cat. Oh, goodness, I can't wait to make a trip out to Cali and come hang out with you and Paul and all the great people that he's introduced to me up there. I'm just ready for this COVID to go away so we can make some trips and actually meet y'all face to face, 'cause I'm sure we would have the time of our life,
Oh my God! Yay! Yay!
Well,
So
we're gonna
have you gotten your vaccines?
Yes, ma'am. I've gotten both vaccines.
Good.
I've gotten my mom vaccinated, my husband's
Great.
vaccinated, and my stepson that lives with us, he's vaccinated. Yeah, we're making sure around this house, because you never know what's going to happen, and you don't just do it for yourself, you do it for those around you, so maybe we can get back to a little bit of normalcy,
That's right.
and so yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. What we're going to do now, this one here, you're gonna want to dance it off. Yeah, yeah. We had another question. Let's see. Uh, where do you vision yourself in the artistry of the music production in this generation?
Ooh, I don't really understand that question, to be honest with you.
She's
Uh,
gonna take over. She's gonna take over, and she's gonna I mean, I can answer that.
okay, go
She's
answer
gonna
that
take
for me, Mary.
she's gonna take over, and she's gonna rock everybody's soul. She's gonna be playing with all kinds of wonderful musicians, and she's gonna be doing her thing, and she is the let me tell you.
Mary, I need to hang out with you more often. You're boosting my self-esteem. I'm like way taller than I was when we started this conversation already.
Hey, I'm just speaking the truth, beautiful, that's all. All right. Oh, and before I forget, for all you Star Trek fans, at one point in her life, she was actually in the was it the band? The band?
Yeah, yeah, that was I was in the wedding band, and this was in Star Trek Nemesis. If anybody remembers that movie,
Oh,
that was with Captain Picard and Captain Riker and stuff. So yeah, if you watch the movie, I'm like in the first around 10 minutes. There's they're getting married. I think it's Captain Riker and the counselor are getting married, and I'm actually the saxophone player in the wedding band.
yeah, my stepson pointed that out to me. He's like, "Dude, check this out."
I was so excited you can't even imagine, because I was always a huge Star Trek fan.
Right?
I'm a huge Star Wars fan too. Both. I love anything like sci-fi like that.
Awesome.
So, but when I got that gig, I was so excited when I got this beam me up Scotty thingy when they gave it to me. But I think my heart stopped. And I really wanted to take that thing home, but they were super tight. They were like, no
Right.
way. You had to sign kind of like a thing, like
Yeah.
a receipt that you got it, and you had to sign it again when you returned it. They were like super tight about that. So
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, they got all those. You got to sign thousands of papers and all kinds of stuff, and you can't do this and you can't do that, you can't take this, you can't. But just knowing that you were part of it, I mean, when like I told you when we were talking before we started the interview, I told you, I said, I wanted the soundtrack to make sure everything sounded good, but I also wanted to get my little fangirl moment because I've become a major fan of yours, and I was fangirling.
can I ask you something real quick? Are you also a musician?
I have been a singer of my own band. I had a cover band called Sister Rock, and I have been a backup singer for a blues band called NTO, Never Too Old to Rock Your Soul. And I also down here, I also have Rock Type Booking Agency where I host shows and put shows together and book bands. And I have a up and coming modern rock, Christian rock artist, Luke Shoemaker, that I manage. And I also have the metal band here in Arkansas, 13X, that I manage. So,
Cool. That's awesome. Thank you for giving me that information, which I
oh,
didn't.
no
You?
problem. Honey, no problem. And hopefully one day I get to, bring one of my bands to Cali or just come out to Cali and just hang out. We can have fun on Polly's Ranch.
That's right. Or we can have a little barbecue on my patio here. It's beautiful.
We can have some girl time. Yeah,
Yay!
yeah, girl time. We can barbecue on the patio and look at the beautiful California mountains. There you go.
That's right.
All right. We're gonna do this now here on this one. Like you said, you sent it to Rod and he gave his stamp and decided he would love to do vocals. And so Paul says, I am sitting here at Rod and Row, that damn video. We love you, Paul. Okay, we're gonna run and row this damn video.
She sits alone, waiting for suggestions. He's so nervous, avoiding all the questions. His lips are dry, his heart gently pounding. Don't you just know exactly what he's thinking? Hey, you want my body, and you think I'm sexy. Come on, sugar, tell me so, yeah. If you really need it, just reach out and touch me. Come on, honey, tell me so. Oh, yeah. She's acting shy, looking for an answer. Come on, honey, let's spend the night together. Now hold on a minute before we go much further. Give me a time so I can hold my mother. If you want my body and you think I'm sexy, come on, sugar, tell me so, yeah. If you really need it, just reach out and touch me. Come on, honey, tell me so. All right. His heart's beating like a drum, 'cause at last he's got this girl home. Relax, baby, now we are alone. I don't care what you want to say. I don't care what you can say. Just shake it, shake it, shake it, shake that body. I don't care what you want to say. I don't care what you can say. Just shake it, shake it, shake it, shake that body. They wake at dawn, all the birds are singing. Two total strangers, that ain't what they're thinking. Outside it's cold, misty and it's raining. They got each other, neither one's complaining. Hey, you want my body, and you think I'm sexy. Come on, sugar, tell me so. If you really need me, just reach out and touch me. Come on, honey, tell me so. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That is awesome. Now, where did it? As was there were several different places that video. Where was all that taking place at?
Yeah, the video really has honestly, this video had no concept. You can tell a little bit. It's a little bit all over the place.
It looked so fun, though.
And it all started out with the idea. Well, actually, the video director in this video, his name is Harald Hohenthal. He's a German guy, and so his idea was to have this beautiful old car in the desert, So that's how the whole video started. So we did a whole day of shooting in the desert doing that. But then, that wasn't enough footage really for a whole video. So all the other footage is kind of random. Well, let me see. Let me think about the locations we had. Then we had live footage from me performing actually at the Saban Theater in Hollywood when I was opening up for Tower of Power, which was, actually one of my highlights in my career because I absolutely love that band and I got to open up for them, which was amazing. So we used some of that live footage. Then there was a little bit of footage at the Whiskey A Go Go, where I also used to be a regular performer at the Ultimate Jam Night. A little bit of footage there, like all the backstage, stuff that was all done there. And then the other one with the graffiti. How do you say graffiti or graffiti? Graffiti, right?
Graffiti.
Graffiti. That's how you say graffiti.
That's how my country says graffiti.
Graffiti. So with the graffiti,
Yeah,
you gotta do that. With the graffiti, that was some location here in North Hollywood that we found, and we kind of snuck in because we actually, but we didn't have a permit to do that, so we kind of broke in. We broke through the fence, and they were like really fast. And let's do this. Let's do a couple of shots, and so yeah, and then we just basically threw the whole thing together. That's what happens.
It is awesome. Mountain Pine Fest says what you do is a lost art, and I believe your music is your words. I believe your music is words. Keep being inspirational to our young generation, and thank you so much for being yourself.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
So, is there anything else that you would love to say to your fans, or a message that you would love to say to anyone watching, you know, um, during this, COVID time, and you know, or anything at all that you would love to say to anybody before we call this a good one?
Yeah, I do especially want to tell everybody that it's never too late to make your dreams come true. Because I didn't start playing until I was 21, and everybody, told me, "Oh my God, you're way too old. You're never gonna make it. It's ridiculous what you're trying to do." And um, I didn't get what's I just kept focused, and I was like, no, I can do this. I can do this. And so this is my message to you. If you want to do anything, just do it. Don't let anybody tell you you can't, because
Exactly.
you can.
You can do anything you want. David says, would you consider a video promoting self defense for women? It's my opinion, I may be wrong, that many women see serious self defense as a rather strange concept, although it may be changing with the today's younger generation.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what we're doing with this video, because we're dedicating this video to bringing awareness uh, to the prevention of violence against women. So basically, that's the message behind this, and I hope some people will get it.
Exactly. And David, if you have a video that you're interested in her being part of, you reach out to her. You never know,
Sure.
because you know sh- just in a little time I've talked with you, you have been a true inspiration, and you know you're you're amazing. I'm just saying it. I'm still
Growing again.
I'm still
See how big I am. All of a sudden, I'm like this much taller.
I'm still fangirling over here. I can't help it. Thank you, Polly. I love this one. But no, thank you so much for being on, sweetheart. And I'm going to call you sister because I just adopted you. I'm your long lost sister.
Oh, thank
And I
you.
can't wait to be able to, get a vacation, take a trip, and come to Cali and maybe hang out and do some grilling together and just have some laughs and make each other smile and you know
Grilling and chilling.
grilling and chilling. There you go. Grilling
That's
and
actually,
chilling like a
you know,
Bihlman.
That's a great song title.
There you
It's
go.
gonna be the name of my new instrumental track,
There
Grillin'
you
and Chilling. I gotta make a note of that so I don't forget.
go. Grilling and chilling like a villain. But everybody watching, make sure you go follow her on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all the social media outlets. Like I said, she has a website. It's showing at the bottom. She's on Facebook. All you got to do is Google her name and it'll pull everything up for you. Go to YouTube, love her channel, subscribe to her channel. And,
Yes.
oh, Mountain Pine Fest says, or Facebook user says, band title, you killed it.
Band title is that a question? Do you want to know the band title?
No, he was saying that'd be a good band title.
Oh, band title, Grillin' and Chillin'. Okay.
And
Sorry, sometimes I'm a little slow because I'm
it's all right.
blonde. Am I?
Yeah.
I'm actually yeah. I'm not gonna comment on the color of my hair actually because
I don't remember what color my original is. Mountain Pine Fest says barbecue is good here in Arkansas. Yeah, we might have to get her to come down this way sometime.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Don't you pronounce that Arkansas?
Arkansas.
No, I'm kidding.
But a lot of people do say Arkansas.
Well, that's when I read it, or when I used to read it, I was like, Arkansas, where is that? I've never heard of it.
And Mike's is a local musician here, and he says, "Love y'all." And Pine Fest says, "No."
That was probably to the pronunciation wrong.
Wrong. But it's all good. And you just gained a lot of fans here in Arkansas and and you gained a sister, so there you go. And thank you so much for doing this and giving me the opportunity to get to know you. And you really put a major smile on this girl's face today.
Awesome. Likewise, I have to give that back to you.
Let's see. Facebook says it's
illegal
to say Arkansas. Oh, careful with the smiley face. Oh, well, sister, you have a wonderful rest of your day. And when we get done, I will download a copy of this and email it to you so you can use it for your website, whatever you might. And it's been a true honor to get to tell your story. And don't forget to go to her website. Now, this is where the Mama Marry and Me comes out. Don't forget to go to her website and buy that book. Don't make me come whoop your butt.
It's going to be Vigilante Mary.
Don't make me. No. Oh gosh. And he says beautiful. All right, sister, you have a beautiful day. Thank you so much, and it is a true honor. And let's once all this lifting gets up and you get some shows going, send me a message and let me know you got some shows coming up, and we'll get you back on here and we'll get some of these amazing new fans some updates on you.
Okay, sounds great.
All right, and we'll stay in touch for sure because we got some grilling and chilling to do.
That's right.
All right, thank you, sister. You have a great day.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, Mary.
That is awesome. She is amazing. Thank you, Polly, for setting that up. And as you can see here on Mama Mary's Music Mayhem, we love all styles of music, and this is a true honor. And I'm just fangirling over here because she's just amazing. So go to her Facebook, go like, love, and share. Go to her website, get her book, check out the videos, go to her YouTube, And thank you, everybody, for watching. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Next Tuesday at 7 p.m., I will have Hostel Within, which is a 434 management band I will be interviewing. But the end of the month on the 25th, I have several bands. I have one manager that's working on sending me 2 bands, and if he don't pick one of those, if he don't pick the 25th, then I'm gonna use that date and just do an update on local festivals going on. And you've been seeing me share a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of exciting stuff. It's starting to open up down here, so we're getting a little bit of shows and we're loving them, and I can't wait to get out there and see them myself. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and make sure you go like, love, and share Katja, and go to YouTube, go hit that Vigilante Kat video and all the videos, and just show her some love. And I love you guys. Until next time.